Good morning, St. John's. There is a verse in Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, that calls God a man of war. This might sound strange to us, but there's definitely this theme in the Hebrew scriptures that portrays God as a God of anger or a God of violence, a God who is jealous to the point of even committing mass genocide. There's another theme, though, one that sounds a little bit more similar to the God that we see in Jesus, who is a God of love, who is a God who abhors violence and calls people to do justice and to love mercy, a God who has a vision for this beautiful thing called shalom, where all of us live in peace and harmony with one another, where the stranger is welcome as one of our own brethren. And so it's kind of confusing to have multiple themes that portray God differently. This is one of the reasons why oftentimes people say that you can use the Bible to justify anything. Yes, we have the theme of love, but if someone wants to do violence in the name of God, there's definitely verses that can absolutely justify that. Passages where God basically commands people to kill other people. So what do we do with this? One thing that the New Testament teaches us is that Jesus is the fullest expression of who God is. There is this very stubborn theme that continues to work itself throughout Scripture, culminating in who Jesus is, that says, no, God is a God of love and generosity. It's a theme that presses us beyond ourselves and our limited perspectives and our tribalism to say, welcome the other no matter what. So whenever we encounter passages of Scripture that portray a God that does not line up at all with the God whom we know through Jesus, we can, in a mature way, be able to say, I can't accept that as truth, as a true picture of who God is. We do it because we recognize that it is inevitable when you have Scripture that was penned by humans, that there are going to be understandings of God that reflect more of our own prejudice than God's holiness. And so I want to invite you to not feel like you have to wrestle with how do we incorporate passages of Scripture where God commands people to kill other people. We don't have to wrestle with that as though we're trying to make peace with that part of who God is. Jesus tells us that's not God. God bless you, St. John's. I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. We're going to continue a little bit more in this theme as we talk about the story or the parable of the prodigal son. God bless. See you Sunday. Bye.